Hello everyone, and we are back to do Lab 2 about properties. Once again, here's our essential question: how can we use our senses to compare materials? Well, let's take a look at the materials we're going to use today. We have salt and sugar that we've already done, so those two are in the books. The next one we have is cornstarch, that we're going to do today. Baking soda, baking powder, alum are the next substances we're going to be doing today. All right, so let's review. We are going to use our eyes, of course. We're even going to use our ears today to see if we can come up with some properties. All right, so first one we're going to do is cornstarch. So I'm going to put that in our cornstarch circle right here, and we're going to take a real good look at it. And if you open up your Lab 2 sheet, we're going to fill in some of the properties that we're going to be observing today. So you'll see that number 3 is cornstarch, and the first property we're going to write down is colors. So take a really good look and write down color in the box under cornstarch. The next thing you're going to write, is it a solid or a liquid? Well, let's take a look. Is it a solid or a liquid? Okay, you're going to write that down. The next thing, texture, is it hard or soft? Well, let's take a little bit out and put it on our blue paper so that we can take a better look at it. Okay, if I try to mush it, is that hard or soft? What do you think? Okay, is that hard or soft? Okay, all right. Is it a crystal or a powder? Well, if we look at it really close, is that a crystal? Do you see crystals? Or is this more like a powder? Which one is it more like? Take a look at that, okay? And how about the shape of the pieces? Let's see if I can get one grain all by itself. Well, it looks like I kind of did on the side here. Let's see if I can put my finger by it, and then you can take a look at it. So let's see, what does that look like? What shape is that? That's about the smallest I can get, okay? So take a look and see if that is, what shape that is. Okay, the next thing you have is, what is the shape of the piece, all right? And when I shake the cup, so let me get the cup. When I shake it, how does it move? So if I tilt it, does it stick together at all? Does it tumble pretty easily? What does it do? Okay, so I'll take a look at it again. I'll see if I can move that. So is it sticking, all of it, or is some of it sticking? Is some of it tumbling? Does it move loosely? Is it packed together really tight? Is some of it packed and some of it loose? These are some of the things that we can write down as we look at it, okay? And then when I shake the cup, is there a sound? Do you hear anything? Okay, so write your answer where it says sound when cup is shaken. All right. There is another section that I didn't include on your smell. We're not going to do smell because it's very hard to smell through a video camera, okay? All right, the next material we're going to look at is baking soda, okay? So I'm going to put it on the blue. Let's find its correct spot. There we are, baking soda. So when we take a look at baking soda, what color is it? Is it a solid or a liquid? Okay, is it a solid or a liquid? And the texture, well, let's spill a little bit into the blue paper here. So if I take you in pretty close, does it look like it's a hard solid or is it soft? If I were to take this and try and smush it, does it smush? That would help us see if it's hard or soft. Okay. The next question is it a crystal or a powder? Well, let's see if I can enlarge this a little bit. See if I can get a piece separated. Okay, so does that look like a crystal or a powder? What do you think? Okay, and how about the shape? Let's see if I can get this even bigger. I don't think I can, but some of these pieces, you can see some of the grains. What shape are they? Okay. And then the movement when the cup is shaken. So if I shake it, do you hear anything? Okay. And again, there is no odor that we are able to figure out because this is video. All right, so I'm gonna put this one back. The next one I'm gonna take out is baking powder. Okay, so we're gonna move it onto our blue pad here, our blue sheet. So it's baking powder. Let's take a look at it. What color is it? Is it a solid or a liquid? And for the texture, again, let's spill a little bit more onto the blue pad. Okay. So for its texture, let me move it around a little bit. Is it hard or soft? Okay. I'm going to flip this around, try to get a couple grains separated. Let's see. How about right there? There's some grains right there. Okay. All right. So is it a crystal or a powder? So I can get you closer. Okay. Do you think it's a powder or a crystal? Okay, and then what are the shape of the pieces? And when I shake the cup, what's the movement like? So if I shake it, can you hear anything? And does it stick together or does it tumble pretty easily? Or does some of it stick and some of it tumble? Okay, all right. And do you hear a sound? All right, let's go to our next material, alum. We read about alum, okay? So this is what alum looks like. Write down the color. And is it a solid or a liquid? And for texture, let's spill some out on the blue paper. Okay, let's see if I can get some. Is it hard or soft for the texture? Do you think it's hard? You can kind of hear as I move around that sound may be able to help you figure that out. We're getting some crystals by themselves. Oops, I gave the next one away. Is it a powder or a crystal? So if I move in close, what do you think? Is it a powder or a crystal? And now that you're looking at the crystals close up, you may want to reevaluate the color or maybe the darkness of the color, okay? What is the shape? What are the shape of those crystals? Let's see if I can get you real close. Okay, I would look at the smaller crystals to get a true shape. Okay. All right, now the movement, does it stick? Watch when I move it around. Does it stick or does it tumble completely? So does it tumble? Okay. It looks like it moves pretty good. So let me, if I back away a little bit, you can see better. There we go. Okay, so if I tumble it, does it tumble pretty good or does it really stick? Okay, and how about the sound? Okay. All right, so that is all the evidence we have regarding the properties of these materials. Okay, so if you needed to stop the video at any point during this experiment or you need to go back and watch it again, please go ahead and do that. All right, that's the end of our lab.